Josh with Indie Film Lab, and today I want to talk to you about my awesome Hasselblad H1. I love this camera. It's a 645 format, medium format camera, and I shoot a lot of weddings with it. I love it for weddings. It has the 100 2.2, which is not the kit. The kit is the 82.8, but I got the 100 2.2 because I love, shallow, super shallow depth of field. And this lens is awesome, and so I just want to kind of do a review on this whole thing, like just kind of like a pros and cons, because there are some cons, although there's a lot of pros. I guess the first thing I'm talking about is how awesome this thing is built. I mean, it's seriously built like a tank. I mean, this lens, you can't tell by this video, I'm sure, but this lens is all metal. I mean, it is built like a tank. I could probably knock somebody out with this thing. I mean, it's just amazing how they built this thing. And my understanding is I think this is a Fuji, actually a Fuji camera. Fuji makes another model exactly like this, and all the parts are interchangeable. As you can see, I have a Fuji back on here. I shoot film, so I just bought a Fuji back, and it was like $200, which is unbelievable. I got it on KEH.com. So basically, I'm just going to take it apart for you and show you how this thing works. The back, this little button right here, you can't just push it and knock it out. You have to kind of hit that little switch and then push it in, and this will come off. Lay it there, and then you have the prism, which the weird thing about the prism, it has a pop-up flash, which I'm not sure why there's a pop-up flash on a camera of this caliber, but anyway, I'm just going to pop that off, kind of show you how stripped down this thing can get, which doesn't really matter. What another cool thing I like about this is the battery. The batteries are in this little compartment right here. You can just, it's hard to tell I guess in this little video, but there's a little bitty switch right there that you can't just pop it out. You have to actually push that button and then flip that out, and then once you flip that out, it releases the battery compartment. So let me set this down and show you. Really cool. I mean, you can actually get a rechargeable one of these. You just plug in the wall, recharge it. But they're a little bit more. So you just hit a little button and 1, 2, 3 batteries pop in there, and they last a pretty good while. Like, I had a Contact 645, and that took a 2CR5, and it took, not long before that battery died, and those are expensive. So these are expensive as well. I get them online, but they're pretty cheap online. So you just pop that in there, and then if we take the lens off, this is essentially the H1 body. It's stripped down. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's like RoboCop. So we're going to pop this thing back on here. It's real easy to put together. Just don't want to touch that, by the way. Just kind of lock this thing on here. Put the grip back on. And you push that lever back up. Locks into place. Put it back on. It's really simple. You just lock it on the bottom and push it up, and there you go. Really cool thing about this, the backs, there's no dark slide to lose. It's just this little lever. You pop out, you turn it, see how it's red. It goes from red to white, and then you know your dark slide's kind of out, so you can just start shooting, and it'll let you know when it's not. So you're gonna turn that back, lock it in. Now you can take the back off. I have 2 backs. I load 2 of them before wedding and load throughout the day. So the only downside, I guess, to this camera is it only shoots at the shutter speed only goes up to 800. So I'm limited to what films I can use outside at 2.2. As you know, if you're shooting outside and you're shooting your f2.0 or smaller, or a little bit higher, you're gonna have to have like 4,000 ISO if you're shooting like the 400 speeds film. So, but I happen to love the Portra 160. I love the color on that film. I shoot Portra 400 on here, and when the sun's starting to go down and get that pretty light, I can shoot 400 on here, but I prefer the 160. I can shoot it in bright sun and overexpose it by just one stop handheld meter. Although this does have a really good meter inside. I mean, I have used it, and it's pretty super accurate. Another good thing about this, I had the Contact 645. I had the Mamiya 645. And the autofocus on those are a little bit iffy. I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys probably manual focus, but my eyes, as you can tell, with these big old thick things on, I can't really focus too accurate. The only time I've been able to accurately focus is with RZ67 with a little pop-up thing. I could see really well, but with these, the 645s especially, I just have a hard time focusing unless it's super up close. So that autofocus on this thing is actually really, really good. I use it 100% of the time unless, it's something really tricky. But for the most part, I use it, and we're just going to cut it on. It has a little startup little screen, and there's your screen pretty much. And there's all kind of little things in here. I mean, I'm a simple guy. I put it on manual. You got your wheel right here in the front. Changes your f-stop, and then you have your shutter speed dial right there on the back. It's a really awesome camera. Really love it. Just wanted to show you that, and I guess I'll show you how to load filament. I'm not going to really load the film. I'm just going to show you, kind of pop it out, and here's your back. You just kind of, take your thing and flip it around. This is a little trickier than usually, like 640, the contacts. This little thing flips all the way up and stays there. This is just kind of spring loaded. Can be a little annoying because you have to line it up just right, but it doesn't take any time to get used to that. That's not really a con, I guess. So I have a Hasselblad back and a Fuji back. They all fit each other. So you can actually get the this camera's older. There's like the H4 or 5 out now, but this camera, especially the Fuji version, I'm sure you can get it a little bit cheaper than I paid $2,000 for this kit. Oh, the kit, which came with the 80, not the 100. I paid separate for the 100, but I think I see them on KEH for about $2,700 with the 80. You could sell the 80. I sold my 80 to KEH for about $600. So you get some money back from that and put towards your 100. If you like that focal length, which I do a lot. It's kind of like, I guess the 100 is, equivalent to like a 70 or 80 in 35. So I guess that's it. Pretty awesome camera. The lens hood's metal. It's all metal. There's nothing really, the shutter release is a little bit plasticky, but it's been great. The knobs feel good. This thing's really sturdy. And you can still get it worked on. You can still, a lot of people are jumping on the Contact 645, which I bought mine and actually made a profit when I sold it, and I wish I would have held on another year, but that's a great camera. But I think they're going to kind of run out of parts pretty soon. I'm not sure. I'm sure you can find someone to fix it, but that's the reason why I went to this. Is I'm OCD, and I was like, I gotta have someone to fix it if something happens. And of course, the Contacts does have an awesome look to it. The 80 f2 is ridiculous. I wish they made an f2, but so the closest I found was the 100 2.2, and it is a little bit more. Actually, it's probably about the same now with the Contacts prices jumping up. But I just wanted to share all this and kind of talk about it, because not a lot of film photographers are using these. I haven't heard of anyone in particular. So I just wanted to kind of show you all that, and just wanted to show it to you. All right, y'all have a good one.